Hello and welcome to TDW Tech Byte. My name is Tara Chan and I'm an associate in the Corporate and Commercial Department. Today I'll be talking about subscription agreements for investment rounds. A subscription agreement sets out the terms of an equity investment into the company. It will set out the commercial terms of the investment, such as the subscription price for shares and the class and number of shares to be purchased. It will bind the parties to the deal. The two main sections of a subscription agreement are 1, the mechanics of purchasing shares in the company, and 2, the representations and warranties made to the investor. Typically, we recommend for the subscription agreement to be separate from the shareholder agreement. The reason for this is that in the future, if there are additional shareholders that sign up to the shareholder agreement, you do not have to show the terms of the original subscription agreement to these new shareholders. Since the mechanics of a subscription agreement are relatively straightforward, I will discuss the representations and warranties section made to the investor. An investor will ask for the company, and sometimes also the founders, to give representations and warranties. A representation is a statement as to a fact that you are saying is true on a specified date. The representation is given to induce the investor to enter into the subscription agreement. A warranty is a promise that a statement as to a fact is true as at a specified date. The key difference between a representation and a warranty is the remedy available for each. If there is a breach of representation, the innocent party can bring legal proceedings for misrepresentation and seek to rescind the contract. This means that the contract could be set aside, and the company would be required to return the parties to the position before the contract was entered into. If there is a breach of warranty, the innocent party will only be entitled to damages. Although there is a difference between the two, it will often be seen that the company is giving both representations and warranties as to a list of the same statements of facts. Examples of representations and warranties that are given are in respect of the constitution of the company and the shares of the company, director and the employees, intellectual property, the accounts and tax, and litigation. I will now discuss some top tips for founders when giving representations and warranties. The first is for only the company to give representations and warranties, not the founders. If the founders also give representations and warranties, then if there is a breach, the founders would be personally liable. Next would be setting a liability limitation on the representations and warranties. So including limitations on liabilities in respect of the cap liability amounts and limiting the period of time a claim may be brought. Third is the disclosure letter. If you see that a representation or warranty may not be true because of a specific reason, you can disclose these specific circumstances in a disclosure letter. If it is disclosed in a disclosure letter, the investor cannot claim a breach of representation or warranty for that specific reason later on. Next is to carefully review to ensure the representations and warranties are only in respect of matters of fact, current or historic, known by the company. You do not want to make statements that the company cannot confirm is 100% true or accurate, or any statements or forecasts about the future. Be careful of very general representations and warranties, such as compliance with all laws. There are many laws that a company must obey, and it is difficult to ensure compliance with every single one. Last would be, for the company, you want to give as few representations and warranties as possible, as you are limiting your exposure for potentially being sued in the future for a breach of a representation or warranty. This is a quick overview of subscription agreements for investment. My name is Tara Chan, and if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to Tanner DeWitt.